The Dallas Cowboys, as we all know, went down in, what's the word for it? Flames.
Oh,
It's the truth. It's the truth.
Sorry, TJ.
It's the
have
truth.
to pull up this Jalen Rose tweet.
Dude, we didn't lead with it. We haven't talked about it, in days. Jalen's talking about everybody wants to talk about every single day and that it's corny. Listen, we don't usually pay attention to this sort of stuff, but when it's multiple, and also when the Cowboys went down against the Green Bay Packers, it just seemed like Dak and CeeDee Lamb were off, and at one point it seemed like there was a little bit of friction.
A little bit. First quarter, at least.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Got that sense. So a handful of, is it on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it? Was most of it, was it some on Instagram and stuff like that
Facebook
too?
And
Facebook
X. Yeah.
and X. All right. So we're putting it up. Leave it up for a while here, if you don't mind, on the Roku channel. Hey, radio audience and those listening later on a podcast. On the bottom right is Lita Ramirez. That is the mom of CeeDee Lamb,
Yes.
right? She tweeted out, "Dak isn't it," in caps with 3 exclamation points.
Yo.
Somebody responded, "Tell the youngin' to come to the home team. CJ would love him," meaning Stroud.
CD's from Houston, right?
Okay.
I think.
I mean, that would be a
And
home
then
team, right?
she responds, "I wish he would. CJ is great." All right. Then also, top left, Terrence Parsons Jr. Is that the brother of Micah?
Brother Micah Parsons, yes.
Somebody wrote, "You are Jerry Jones. After this, where do you start?" That's Michael Gelkin, right, who covers the NFL. He wrote back, he retweeted, "Fire everybody, and if Dak doesn't take $40 million up, next, Trey Lance."
Oh, wow.
Because as you know, Dak is going to have to figure out a contract extension because he's costs $1 billion on the cap if he doesn't. And in order to do that, they're going to have to extend him. That's the only way. That's been the dicey part of the situation, but has been very quiet because Dak had an MVP season, which these posts from relatives of Dallas Cowboys of note don't really back that up. And then Tad Prescott has chimed in.
Mm-hmm.
Brother of Dak, Tad.
His older brother, yeah.
Okay. Those who, I guess, which one was first? I'll go with the one at the top right.
Yeah.
Cowboys fans, why continue to DM me? Trust me, if I could get Dak to leave Dallas, I would. I, too, want him out of Dallas. The city and organization have been great to he and our family, but done with drama and the so-called fans. But he loves this team and wants to bring it rings. It's kind of all over the map of saying get him out. Blaming the fans, I guess. And then he wrote back, "Those who really follow or know me knows I've never spoken badly about the Cowboys as an organization or team. I've never spoken badly about a player on the team or the city of Dallas. It's the so-called fans I have an issue with." So, this is what's being placed in the lap of Mike McCarthy. Period. End of story. Wow. Because this is happening in that locker room. And, mom feels a certain way because, and obviously everybody that's out there, brothers, moms, we ascribe to their tweets and posts the player in question's actual feelings. Mm-hmm. And you'd have to think that's got to be close to the truth because they may be saying something offline that's normally instead of it being seen online. But I'll tell you, man, who's gonna knock the heads together? Is it Jerry? And basically say, dare me to trade you? Honestly, like you want to leave? I'm going to pay. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's about to hit it. Dak's about to hit it, and Micah's going to hit it. You know who's not leaving the Dallas Cowboys is Micah Parsons. That's for damn sure. Yeah. And the Dak question is a fascinating one. You got to extend him in order to keep him. Right? Would you trade Dak? I don't even know what the cap ramifications of that would be.
I mean, but that's not going to happen.
I don't think so either. And CeeDee Lamb's not going anywhere either. So,
and just to put things into perspective, people jumped on the Terrence Parsons tweet, which is Micah's brother, but I did a deep dive into his Twitter.
Okay.
Just to kind of make sense of it. That's just a common case that someone took one tweet out of like 20.
Okay.
And put the spotlight on it, because what he had been saying up to that point was positive stuff about Dak, but he did say, look, you have to take a team-friendly deal so the team can get better. So I don't necessarily look at that as him trash-talking Dak. I feel as a fan, a lot of us feel that same way too.
Plus, this is also in the first blush of losing to the Packers.
Yeah, and he's come back and he's
okay.
I get it. But the CD's mom thing is one, because if you're Tad Prescott and you're Dak's brother and you see all the trash that constantly gets talked about Dak, some from Cowboys fans, the majority of it from not Cowboys fans, you probably wouldn't want your brother to be in that position.
Of course not.
So you would probably want him to go somewhere where he wouldn't have to deal with that.
We'll ask Andrew Whitworth about all this in hour number 3. Won't we? That's coming up. I mean, and
this is my perspective.
All right, looking at Dak's Spotrac page, a post June 1st trade would actually save the Cowboys $34 million on the cap.
The issue would be you'd have to make that deal before the new league year, before everybody makes their plans at quarterback,
right?
And then
have it
post-date
as a post June.
Which is the problem is that no one would do that, because you got to get the quarterback in the building immediately.
Right. So yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. But this is Mike McCarthy's problem now, and he's got to handle it. And I'm sure it's been out there in the locker room already, right? As you know, as I say all the time here,
everybody sees this stuff.
There's an iceberg, and we only see the tip. But this is Mike McCarthy. You got to get maybe these two guys, CD and Dak, in a room.
But again, it's someone's mom saying something. CD had his best season, one of the best seasons in the history statistically in football, with who? Dak Prescott.
And he could be Offensive Player of the Year.
Well, that's awesome. You can't. That's outside chatter. Remember, Trayvon Diggs was saying that his brother should.
Yeah, but what we always describe, like, you got to get that from somewhere.
Well, I think we maybe should stop ascribing and realize that people just have their own mindset. I don't know. And
I'm just glad
say whatever they want.
I'm just glad my mom didn't have a Twitter account when Pat McAfee said what he said on the air about ESPN. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.